I'm not John Green, and this isn't Crash Course. You can tell because this is filmed in my dad's girlfriend's basement, and John Green isn't down here. I can even look around and nope, still not here. Just like that introduction, nationalism in America can be a confusing topic due to multiple factors. There's so many different opinions and beliefs throughout the country, so it can be hard to pinpoint one particular belief. And the US is in the middle of a transition of power between two people with opposing beliefs. Trump, who was elected president in 2016, being a Republican nationalist, and Biden being a Democrat. But is Biden a nationalist? Although the president's job is to stand by America, you don't need to be a nationalist to do that. See, there's an important distinction to be made between nationalism and patriotism. Most people think it's the same, but in reality it's not. Nationalism is showing support for a nation by saying it's better than any other. Patriotism is showing support for a nation, period. When Trump says America is the greatest country in the world, that is a nationalist comment. When Biden says, I always believed we can define America as one word possibilities, that is patriotism. Trump and Biden are polar opposites. Trump advocating for widespread nationalism, while Biden seems to advocate for no nationalism, to accept that the US has its flaws. So what do the citizens of the US have to say about their views? Many citizens, especially Democrats, are appalled by Trump's response to various issues during his presidency. Trump has repeatedly been ridiculed for his response on COVID-19, equal rights issues, climate change, and many others. However, a large portion of the Republican Party supported his stance. Freedom is one of the main points that they bring up. Freedom is and always has been a major theme in U.S. history. The national bird of the U.S., the bald eagle, was chosen because it resembled freedom. During one of the first revolutions that the U.S. was involved in, a family of bald eagles woke up a patriot in the middle of the night and remarked that they are shrieking for freedom. Also, it resembles freedom for more obvious reasons because it's a bird and they can fly and stuff. Also, think about anything else positive that resembles the US of A. Trump was popular among Republicans because his ethnic nationalism stance promised freedom several times. Freedom to have more job opportunities. Freedom to keep them and their families safe. How?
We're going to build a wall, folks. We're going to build a wall.
Even though nearly 40% of illegal immigrants enter the country legally by traveling in this really cool invention called planes, because this isn't 1790. Do you know what is 1790? The Nationalization Act of 1790. The Nationalization Act was established by the Founding Fathers relying on ethnic nationalism principles to determine who and who isn't a citizen of the United States. Say a couple went on a romantic outing outside the United States and a baby popped out. The Nationalization Act determined if that baby should be a U.S. citizen. If one of the guardians is a free white man of good nature, that baby would be a U.S. citizen. However, if the parents were people of color, or if the woman was not married to a free white man of good nature, that baby would not be a U.S. citizen. Sad, right? But it proves a point. From the start, the U.S. was based on ethnic nationalism principles. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't just based on ethnic nationalism. If we fast forward 68 years to 1858, future President Abraham Lincoln presented a speech that hinted at civic nationalism. Opposing the Nationalization Act, he said that civic nationalism could be used as a tool to unite everyone under one thing so the U.S. could be a big, happy family. From the start, two sides were created. The U.S.'s current president is an ethnic nationalist, and so are many of his supporters. Joe Biden is a patriot, which in many ways is closely related to civic nationalism. So, is nationalism a good thing? Well, it's up to personal opinion. I'd say no. Nationalism makes it harder for countries to communicate and work together. Trump's frequent lashing out at other countries has caused damage in the U.S.'s relations that Biden will have to fight to repair. Judging by the celebrations all around the world when Biden was elected, I'd say they agree with me. Look, there's nothing wrong with showing support for your country, but it's damaging to assume that one country is better than any other. All countries have flaws, and to say that America is the best country completely glazes over those issues. We need to accept them instead of ignore them. That's the only way to move forward. So, if we want to improve nationalism, we need to get rid of it. In the meantime, I'm going to keep looking for John Green, but I don't think I'm going to find him because this isn't Crash Course.